So about 3 weeks ago, with a very simple post on Facebook, I quietly announced that I'd made the decision to start my own business, more specifically my own online coaching business called SalesHub. And the response to that post was genuinely pretty overwhelming. And because of that response, I figured I would just take the time to kind of make this video and really just share ultimately how I came to the decision and like what the story was behind making the decision to start my own coaching business, going out on my own, beginning from zero, and exactly what that business is. If we've never met before, my name is Connor Clark. Over the last number of years, I have had the distinct privilege and pleasure working at the pinnacle of the online coaching industry. I've taken thousands of sales calls, generated millions of dollars, led some of the highest performing sales teams in the industry, and also been responsible for coaching hundreds and honestly maybe even thousands of online coaches at this point, specifically in the theme of authentically selling their program. If that sounds interesting to you at all, consider subscribing to this channel because truly this is the beginning of a pretty exciting journey, and I would be honored if you would be here from the beginning and follow along. So why did I ultimately decide to start my own business and like ultimately take a significant leap of faith and begin from literally zero? There's actually 6 reasons that really led to me making this decision. The first was growth. In any opportunity at the beginning, there's always a significant spike in growth and growth potential. The more you learn, the more you're in that opportunity, the less there is to grow. And as someone that is highly motivated by growth and needs to grow, and if I don't feel like I'm growing, I'm dying, the slowing down of growth opportunities was incredibly hard. Deciding to start my own business, only been 3 weeks at this point, has already been a very rewarding growth opportunity. Like making this YouTube video was clearly not easy, but I have just been able to learn significantly new skills and grow at a significant accelerated rate by ultimately making the decision to do my own thing. So the first factor was growth. The second was impact. Over the last few years, I have had the honor of having the opportunity, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I was presented to impact online coaches and business owners in this space, and to see people's businesses change, people's businesses blow up, people 10xing their revenue, people quadrupling their close rates, people making their first sale ever online or first sale ever in general. I have thoroughly enjoyed impacting people in this space, but I recognize that in order to have my ultimate level of impact, I would probably need to start my own thing in order to facilitate my own curriculum, my own program, and really impact people in the way that I want. The third factor was fulfillment. Throughout the last number of years, I have had my hands in every facet of an online coaching business. I have dabbled in everything. I've really gone hard in sales, but I've also led teams, managed people, coached, been on the fulfillment side, contributed to marketing, dabbled with finances and set up operations. Like I've had my hands in experiencing every single aspect of this business. And I came to the conclusion that the things that I find the most fulfilling are 2 things. One, coaching. When you talk about flow state, the closest I have ever come to flow state is being on coaching calls with online coaches talking about business. Like hours feel like minutes ultimately. And I just want the ability to have more opportunities to coach coaches and spend more time coaching. The second thing that I found the most fulfilling ultimately was just building cool shit. Like what I mean by that is like theorizing on curriculum, making trainings, building resources, making cool YouTube videos, but just being able to be creative and be able to create things that are going to add value into the world and help people accelerate their businesses and make more sales and scale their sales, etc. So my goal is to just spend all of my time coaching and all of my time building cool shit. And that's why I ultimately made the decision to do this. The fourth reason was depth. I feel like I've learned a lot over the last number of years and have a very deep expertise around the topic of sales and scaling sales and online coaching businesses. Over the last number of years, I felt like I've maybe been a little bit restricted on what topics I can go into and what I can talk about. I've probably been able to share about 10% of what I know. There was a desire to go deep on this topic and share everything that I know and share the other 90% and go into the full 100% of what I feel like my expertise covers. So the desire to do this was also influenced by the desire to go deeper on this topic and share everything that I know. The next reason ultimately is just risk. I'm an inherently risk-adverse person, and I know this about myself. I don't like risk, I don't gamble, I don't make risky decisions. The decision to do this and to start this business was enormous, and it was not an easy decision and has been incredibly stressful, probably more stressful than anything I've ever done in my life. Like proposing to my wife was nothing compared to the decision to start a business. That said, at the moment of recording this video, my wife is 5 months pregnant. We have a child, our first child, due early next year. And I knew that if I waited any longer to make this decision, I would probably never make it. Once I have a child, I just knew that the risk of starting my own business and like doing something that reckless and that risky was probably going to be too much for me. In order to do this, it really had to be now. Otherwise, timing wise, I probably never would have done it. So that's like, there was just a significant element of timing. More importantly, the timing of actually taking a significant risk like this. And the final reason, to be transparent, was just signals. Like whether it was online coaches sending me messages, letting me know how much something I had said or something that I had mentioned to them or coached them in had impacted them in their business, whether it be 10xing the revenue of their business, making their first sale, quadrupling their close rates. I've had the honor of impacting a lot of people at this point, and there began to be a lot of signals that something like this, starting my own coaching program, would be possible purely because of the feedback from the community and amazing people like you that are watching this. Maybe I've never impacted you before and this is the first time we're connecting, or maybe maybe you've seen something that I've put out before and it's influenced you in some way. There were a lot of signals that the information and expertise that I feel like I have was impacting businesses, so it was actually working, and it was also going to be well received and needed by the community, like the online coaching industry, around authentic sales, low pressure sales, conversational sales, whatever term you choose to call it. So there were just a lot of signals that this type of offer and this type of business would be well received, and that people wanted it from me specifically. So that's ultimately like why I made the decision to start SalesHub and start literally from scratch, from the ground floor, with zero revenue, nothing. So what is SalesHub? SalesHub, first and foremost, helps online coaches authentically sell more online coaching programs. So I wanted to be a program that teaches sales the correct low pressure conversational type of sales, as opposed to like manipulative tactics, etc., which I feel like plague this industry, and also a program that helps people scale their sales so that they can make more and impact more people, and frankly, so that I can have a significantly bigger ripple effect into the world. So that's what it is. It has an element of community, and first and foremost, I want SalesHub to be a community of highly aligned, ethical online coaches. It has an element of curriculum where there's completely unique trainings, lessons, resources, templates, scripts. Everything is brand new, created exclusively from my brain and from my experience over the last number of years. There's an element of coaching, so whether that be daily Q&As where you can ask questions throughout the day, you'll get personalized responses from me, either through written voice notes or making a lot of custom videos at the moment, because that's what I really enjoy doing. Whether it be the weekly support calls, which will obviously increase as the community grows, or be the monthly accountability call where we really dive into results and making sure that the community is holding each other accountable. There's also an element of content. So I'm creating a library of high-level sales calls and high-level sales coaching, which members have access and unfiltered access to be able to dive into really just the topic of sales and scaling the sales in their business, with high-level coaching and high-level sales calls for people to watch. So that's a really cool thing that's part of this as well. And the other aspect will just in long term be software, creating a online coaching sales software that'll help people navigate the entire sales process of click to ultimately close inside their sales business. And frankly, that's not ready. That'll take some time. But I wanted SalesHub to be the hub for everything to do with sales for online coaching businesses, hence the name. And that's kind of what it is. And I know my reputation kind of precedes me for selling high ticket online programs, but I didn't want this to be that. I didn't want this to be something that had a significant price point barrier for people to get access to. And I wanted to kind of cover this in this video because I know people are probably expecting that this is going to be, high five figures or multiple five figures. It's not. I want SalesHub to be a community. I want it to be a community where people join and never want to leave. Hence why I decided to price it on a monthly investment, which is just kind of a nominal monthly fee. That way, I theorize that people will never want to leave. If you have a program that's $1,000, say, I'd have to help you make an extra sale every other month. Not particularly challenging. If you have a $5,000 program, I got to help you make an extra sale maybe once a year. If you've got a $10,000 program, SalesHub needs to help you make an extra sale every other year, every couple of years. With an ROI on that, of that kind of magnitude, my hope is that members will join and stay for a very, very, very long time, because I want SalesHub genuinely to feel like a partnership, not a coaching program. That's my hope. My hope is that people come here, never want to leave, and then therefore, selfishly, we can have a really cool community where we just talk about business every single day, and I can continue to have a community, an audience within that space to continue to make cool shit that they value and that helps them scale the sales in their business. So I want it to be a community that is built by the community for the community, hence why we have a really cool affiliate program, which will be 20% ongoing, meaning that anyone that joins this program has to just invite 5 people who also join the community, and then they basically can be part of this for free, ongoing, forever. So yeah, that's kind of what SalesHub is. Who is it for? I think it's more important to cover who it's not for, because it is not for a lot of people, frankly. If you've never made an offer, or you don't have an online coaching program and you're kind of just theorizing about what that could be, I am not the right person to help you, and SalesHub is not the correct place for you to be. Firstly, if you don't do sales calls, if you have a low ticket program that sells from a sales page, SalesHub is not for you. This is about doing sales calls and scaling a sales team, etc., because I think that's the correct way to do this. If you don't know how to schedule calls, you don't have to have had hundreds, but like if you don't have a lever you can pull to generate sales calls and you're really struggling with that department, SalesHub's not for you yet. To market this program, I've obviously done like a couple of Facebook posts, and this is my first YouTube video. Probably not the person to be teaching you marketing, how to generate sales calls. If you are, how do I put this gently? Online coaching is kind of a sewer and cesspool of really some of the biggest scam artists and worst people in the world. If that's you, if I go to your website and you're standing in front of a Lamborghini flashing your fake Rolex, this is not the right place for you. Like, I don't want to help you. So if that's you, if you're a fake guru, if you're a sales bro, if you're just looking for some manipulative tactics to ultimately make more money and get some quick cash, please don't join this program. Don't apply for a call. I am not the right person to help you. But if you're not that, if you are an online coach who is ethical, is focused on helping people, has built a genuine program that is genuinely changing people's lives. It doesn't have to have hundreds or thousands of clients. Maybe you've just got a handful. But if you've gone to the effort of actually making the program, I can help you. If you know how to book sales calls, so you don't have to have, again, you don't have to have hundreds, even if you've had a handful over the last number of months, but you know a way to actually get calls onto your calendar, I can help you. If you are ethical, if you are interested in sales, if you are looking for a more authentic, more aligned way of selling without having to become someone that you don't necessarily want to be, if you're struggling with your beliefs around sales because you believe sales has to be some sort of scammy system where people are getting money from them, like if that's you, like if you're an online coach that has an offer, that knows how to book calls, and you're not a complete douchebag, SalesHub is a fantastic place for you. So if you're interested and you want to participate, one, just click the link in the description to schedule a call. Worst case scenario, we'll have a lovely chat, and I'll let you know that this probably isn't the best place for you or the right time for you. Best case scenario, you find a highly aligned community and we're able to help you significantly scale the sales in your business. So if I've piqued your interest, if you have questions, if you're just curious on what this looks like, there's no harm in scheduling a call. Go to the link in the description. It's also in the first comment. Happy to jump on a call and have a chat. The other way you can participate, frankly, is you can just subscribe to this channel. This is very much video one of the beginning of a very exciting journey. You can expect weekly content from this channel. You can expect weekly content specifically on the theme of sales for online coaching businesses. And I'm very excited to continue to contribute in this channel. This has been a dream of mine, frankly, for a very long time, probably over a decade, to make a YouTube channel. I've just never really had anything to talk about. So excited to really dive into this topic of online coaching sales, specifically for the most ethical and the best online coaches out there. And if you're watching to this point in this call, I just want to express how grateful I am to you, whether I've ever met you before, I've ever impacted you in any way before, or if this is your first time being here. I just want to thank you for sitting here, watching a video of someone expressing how they're excited to launch their business. If you could do me a favor, I'd really appreciate if you could just leave a comment letting me know that you made it to this moment in the video. That way I can actually respond and express how grateful I am to you and know who you are. If you're interested in participating in SalesHub, schedule a call. There's absolutely no harm in doing so. The link is in the description, and I am really, really excited for everything that's to come.